Hammer game.
Wait, hold up. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. If you ain't subscribed to the channel yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. Turn on that notification bell.
Hammer game. Hammer game.
Hammer gang. Cause we always hit the nail on the head. So check this out, my Miami Hurricane fans. As you guys know, yesterday, Saturday, Miami's first scrimmage went down. Now, the only thing we got from this scrimmage, not a video, nothing. We just got an interview by Manny Diaz, and he gave out a couple stats. Now, he didn't give out full stats, so we're just going to talk about the things that he talked about, the stats that he gave out. So, first thing first, let's start with quarterback. One of the positions that we know we're going to need somebody to back up De'Aaron King or even start against Alabama. So, phenomenal day, Jay Garcia. I mean, dude put up, I think, 15 for 19, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to put the graphic on the side, but I'm coming out the head with these right now. The graphics will be thrown up. You know, when you edit these videos, you put those stuff. So, right now, all I'm seeing in the camera is just me. But nonetheless, Jay Garcia, 15 for 19, 188 yards, and I think a touchdown. So, phenomenal day for Jake. I mean, similar numbers for Tyler Van Dyke. I think Tyler Van Dyke was, if I'm not mistaken, 14 or somewhere in that range. Like I said, the numbers will be here. But Jake, to me, Jake had the best day, you know. And I was telling you guys, I am pro Garcia, but nonetheless, whoever wins this job, I'm right behind him, rooting for him. It is what it is. But it's good to see Garcia doing good. He is a dual-threat quarterback. He does fit Reed Lashley's offense a lot better, in my opinion. But, you know, that's just my opinion. Anyways, Mike Harley, Manny Diaz, put him on the field. I think he caught like maybe 1 or 2 balls, and they were like, all right, get out of here. You take, basically, it's a compliment. You know, hey, you picking up right off from last year. You picking up where you left off. You know, you look awesome. That might be receiver number 1. Might as well just go ahead and say, hey, Mike Harley starting, receiver number 1, and push him to the side. Now, another standout. I mean, huge numbers. Like I said, numbers on the screen, so you'll see it yourself. Xavier Restrepo. Kid is lighting it up, man. From memory, 9 receptions, I think. 9 receptions. Oh, my God. Somebody that can catch the ball. I know we've been having woes at wide receivers and catching the ball. Well, we might have a Barrios 2.0. That's what's been tossed around from day one. Barrios 2.0. That might be Restrepo. Oh, God. Man, I'm excited to see now. I was kind of like hoping Manny Diaz would have gave us some more information on the wide receivers, though, because question in my head right now, how did Charleston Rambo do? How did Mike Pope do? How did D. Wiggins? How did Reddins, you know, Keyshawn Smith, how those guys do? Those are questions that are still out there in my head because I haven't seen the full stats. Nobody's seen the full stats from the you know, the scrimmage. But nonetheless, going to the defensive side. Oh, before we do that, let's go back to quarterback because we're going in between defense and quarterback. 2 interceptions was thrown. To my knowledge, 2 interceptions were thrown. Avante Williams had an interception, and Chase Smith, the freshman, the athlete from up there in Melbourne, he had an interception also. So we know somebody had to throw him. You know, interceptions will just throw themselves. So Manny did not mention whether it's Tyler Van Dyke, whether it's Matoka, whether it's Jay Garcia. Who threw the interceptions? That's the question to be asked. But nonetheless, 2 interceptions. That means it's a good thing for the defense. Hey, we got guys that can step it up on the defense. Now, standouts on the defense from what I'm hearing this is from Manny Diaz. So, you know, I'm pretty sure all you guys are hearing this too, so it's not just T2Y just picking his favorite players and saying, hey, they were standouts. No. Linebackers, 2 linebackers. Corey Flagg, Avery Huff. Now, over the years, the past year or whatever, we was asking about Avery Huff, and what Manny used to say is basically that Avery don't know the playbook, and he need to study the schemes and all that other stuff, and that's why we haven't been seeing much of him. So, Avery Huff, he's a standout in the first scrimmage. I'm guessing he's getting the playbook down pat, the scheme down pat, so we might see Avery Huff come game time. We might see a lot of him this season. Corey Flagg definitely is somebody to look out for. We've seen, you know, flashes from him last year. So I think this year he might be that linebacker number 1 that everybody, you know, pay attention to. Not to mention the striker position. Hey, man, after this first scrimmage, I'm kind of excited, but at the same time, I got to hold back, you know, on the excitement because I haven't seen or heard much from offense or defense. But running back wise, only running back was mentioned in this scrimmage was Don Chaney, and I think he had like two rushes, and one of them was a huge rush for a touchdown. So he was the only you know, running back that was mentioned. So I'm guessing Don Chaney might be the one that's standing out more. I want to see, you know, Cameron Harris' stats. I want to see how he stood out there. What's his numbers? Is he looking any better than he did last year? Did he improve anything? So, you know, like I said, we don't have all the information, but we just got to run through what we got. Now, Avonte Williams, man, it's good to see after the, you know, the year that he had last year, you know, almost we wasn't for certain that we would have him playing this season, and for see him in the first scrimmage to, you know, get an interception, or I want to know the rest of his stats, like, you know, how many balls did he contest, you know, how many shutdowns did he have, you know, how many balls are thrown his way. That's the information we don't have. I mean, we're fortunate to have anything at this moment, though, but I want to know the receiving numbers. That's my main concern. Receiving. Main concern, cornerbacks. How did the cornerbacks do? Because none of them was mentioned by Manny Diaz. You know, Tariq Stevenson. Did he shut anybody down? Who's on the other side of Tariq Stevenson? You know, how did DJ Ivy, you know what I mean, Al Blaze is coming in slowly, but how did he do? How did these guys do? These are the positions that you guys are, you know, and myself are looking forward to seeing if we're going to improve or not. So how did those guys do, man? So you know what? Let's sadden the video a little bit. If you made it this far, let's sadden it a little bit. Let's talk about the Florida State Seminoles and their shit show that's going on up in Tallahassee. Now, we got a little tweet came out basically breaking down their second scrimmage. They're on their second scrimmage. Offensive line looked terrible, super terrible. They're saying that Milton is like years behind when it comes to calling that offense. So who knows, man? Jordan Travis and Rudemaker, they saying it's looking 10 times better than him running that scheme. So, you know, they thought Milton was going to come in and be the savior. Who knows? They having bad snaps and a lot of penalties going on up in Tallahassee. So, Mike Norvell, you got your hands full. You know, I don't know if you're going to be able to, with the time and with the schedules, you know, with the practices that's left and all that, I don't think you can save them. I think that 3-9 season is starting to look a little bit more realistic. That 3-9 season, I put out a video a couple months ago that says basically Florida State will be going 3-9. Y'all could go check that out. I'm pretty sure it won't be too hard to find on here. 3-9 is a big standout. But Florida State, they scrimmage is looking pretty shitty. And that's just being and that's being nice. Anyway, guys, like, share, comment, do all of that. Like, share, comment, do all of that, man. FSU. Hey, man. I'm looking forward to seeing the next scrimmages. Hopefully some of these guys will be consistent. T2Y, and I'm out.